Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with little Ellie, my Yorkshire Terrier. She's my little pal, and it is hot here in San Diego County today. 101 on our patio right now. We're up in the Escondido area, which is north, kind of northeast a little bit of San Diego. And it gets quite warm up here. And so we're just staying inside in our cool air conditioner and really enjoying it and making cards. I've been working on cards all morning. I've got a card class tomorrow. I've got some ladies coming to my Stampin' Studio tomorrow morning. And so I've been busy getting cards ready for them, getting cards ready for you, getting cards ready for my class to go this month. So I've just been busy, and I hope you're having a good Friday. It's late in the afternoon, get to start to relax. I don't know about you, but we're pretty big football fans in my family. And we like to watch football, and I love it when football season comes around. I really do. I don't want to talk about teams because I don't want, we don't want anybody to get upset or anything like that. But we do have some favorite teams. Our favorite team, the Chargers, moved out of San Diego and up to LA. So we're kind of without a team right now, and we kind of vacillate a little bit. But we're big on football, so I'm excited that it's the weekend and we're going to get to watch some football. So how are you guys doing? How's the weather where you are? I know in some parts of the country it starts to cool down now, but we haven't had any cooling down. Anthony, how are you, Anthony? How's the theater going? It's a Friday night. Are you home from the theater? Tell us about that, because I've been thinking a lot about you. Have they put any more restraints on the theaters there in London? I've been really thinking about you. And Diane, good to see you too. Well, what's going on? I'll wait for Anthony to answer and see if we don't get some answers here. Oops, I think my computer might have, there it is. Now it's going again. What to talk about? What's going on here? Okay, so we still have Celebration going. It only goes until the end of September, September 30th. And at that point, it's over and you can't get free gifts anymore. So grab up your free gifts while you can. With a $50 order, you get to choose a free gift out of the Celebration catalog. And I was wondering if you might want to share what Celebration gifts you've gotten and if you like them. I'd love to see. I think the bedazzling paper is my favorite of the Celebration gifts, but let me know what you think. Anthony, it's all going well in theater land. Yes, everything's well with us here too. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, Ellie's ready to get down. So we have Celebration going on through the end of September. We've got our special, if you want to become a part of my Stampin' Up! Family, my sweet stampers, you get a 20%, Roz, good to see you today. You get a 20% discount on everything you purchase from Stampin' Up! After you get your starter kit. It's worth it if you love the Stampin' Up! Products. Get the discount and get the starter kit. Contact me. You get anyway, there are lots of benefits. They're on my page, on my blog page, and I think I have a link up there. But it's a great time to become part of the Stampin' Up! Family and my Stampin' Up! Family, which is my sweet stampers, my group that I love so much. Okay, I'm just checking to see what else we want to talk about. Oh, we have to talk about my September class to go. I told you about this last time. It's the Pretty Pumpkin set. You can get either the stamp set or the bundle as part of my class to go. And you will make 6 cards. One is a fun fold that is a 4-fold spread. And I gave you a little glimpse of it last week. I'm not going to give you another glimpse today because I want you to be excited to make it. And I give you, you'll also make 4 other cards, each of 2 designs. Robin, there's one of my sweet stampers. Good to see you, Robin. And so you'll make a total of 6 cards. You get everything you need to make the 6 cards. You get the stamp set. If you prefer the bundle, you can also get the bundle. It's a pre-order, and my pre-order is only open until this Sunday, the 12th. It's $45 if you want to get the stamp set and all the makings for the cards, plus the PDFs and a video. And you will also get a free package of the champagne rhinestone basic jewels, and they're beautiful. So that's in there too. So email me right away, Peggy@prettypapercards.com, if you're interested in my September class to go, because I only can let it go 2 more days, the pre-order, and then I have to order the stuff. So let me know. I'd love to have you take part in my class. It's one of my best, I think. Probably because I love the pumpkin set so much, I can't even stop using it. But I stopped using it for today. And Christy, good to see you. Another one of my sweet stampers. Oh, I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down and show you what we're going to make today. This is what we're going to make. Now, I know we're all thinking about fall, and I'm very much thinking about fall, but it's because it's warm here today, and I'm just not quite ready to give up summer. So I thought I would use some of our beautiful You're a Peach Designer Series paper and show you a new, possibly new to you, card design. And this card design you can use for any occasion, any Designer Series paper, anything. So it's easily duplicatable. But I really like it. And let me just show you. Let me hold this one up. We're going to make this one today. This is an alternate one I made. Again, I'm using the You're a Peach Designer Series paper because, Allison, good to see you, because I'm not quite ready to get rid of summer, and I love this peach paper so much. I don't know if the rest of you do. Let me know, because I totally love it. So basically, the card is a piece of Designer Series paper that covers the card base and 4 strips going down, and then 2 strips going sideways for your sentiment. That's it. It's easy, and like I said, you can use it you can just make cards to your heart's delight. Christmas, any holiday, just use some of our beautiful Designer Series papers. And here's the one we're going to make today. The same design, but it looks completely different, doesn't it? And even with the same Designer Series paper. I know, it's good all year round, Roz. I totally agree. Now this one, I gave it a little bling with this pretty blingy ribbon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that when we make it. So you can let me know what you think. Let's start making it. Oh, I forgot to mention about our prizes. Let me get that out of the way because you might be waiting. Okay, the prize for this week was the fabulous embossing buddy that Stampin' Up has discontinued, but I got about 3 or 4 of them to keep for prizes. So this was our prize if you commented last week on the video. And I did the random number generator, and it landed on Karen K. Piermarini. And Karen it was her first time, I think, last week, so I will try to reach her. But Karen, if you listen to this video, contact me with your address so I know where to mail this really useful little, our little embossing buddy. I just love this guy, and I'm so glad that I have one, and I wanted you guys to have one. Now for next week, you love the paper. Yes, thank you, Allison. So for next week, my prize for anyone who comments, and I put you in the random number generator and pick one, is this beautiful, it's called Purple Violet Tricolor Ribbon. I don't think we have it anymore. I think it might have been discontinued. I'm not totally sure. But I kept it for my purple gals. I like purple too, but I was thinking some of you might really like this paper. This beautiful ribbon. And so I saved it as a prize. So comment, and you can even tell me why you love purple. You don't have to, but you can. Anybody who leaves a comment will be entered to win. Okay, so let's get started on our card. And as usual, our standard 8.5 by 5.5 card base, scored at 4 1/4. And we're just gonna burnish that with our bone folder. Now the one thing about this is you're going to want to be sure that you really get a good, get that very even and get your ends together, because our first piece that we're going to put down is going to be the same exact size as the front of the card. And I'm going to be using I don't always use my trimmer, my paper trimmer, but I'm going to today because we have quite a bit of paper to cut. So this is the pattern from the Your Peach Designer Series paper. Here's the back and here's the front. I love these stripes. This is Balmy Blue. And this is going to be, like I said, the exact size as the front of the card, 4 1/4. And we're going to then do the other side at 5 1/2. And that goes on the front of our card just like this. And that, so we don't see anything else but that one piece. So that's why you want to have your, you know, your everything all lined up, because it does kind of need to be lined up. Now I'm going to use this paper for the strips, the 4 strips of Designer Series paper, and these are going to be the same length, 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2 length, 5 1/2 inches. Anthony, I think you used something else over there, centimeters, but I'm sorry, I don't really know centimeters. And then each strip is going to be 3/4 of an inch. And this paper trimmer is so neat. Let me pull this over a little bit. You can measure 3/4 of an inch over here or over here. And when I'm doing something like this, for some reason, I like to have it be over here. So exactly 3/4 of an inch over there. And we're going to make 4 of these. 3/4. And then all we do is arrange them on the front of our card. It's very easy, and yet I think it's kind of what I might call a showy card. Hi Pam, good to see you today. In that it's, I don't know, it kind of has something special. It's kind of just showy, a little fun and showy. So now we've got our strips, and we're going to first glue down our our Designer Series paper base. And I thought this was a pretty base for everything because I don't know, I just thought it would look good. But as I looked through all the different papers in the Your Peach set, Designer Series paper set. So here's why you have to be just a little careful, because you want to be sure it meets all the edges and kind of covers from corner to corner. And that's why I use my glue. Oh, you guys are talking, that's so cute. Now, what I like to do actually is arrange my 2 end pieces first and then move in. So I think we'll do like this, and I'm gonna leave about 1/4 of an inch on each, the left and the right side, because this is the 3rd one I've made, and I've kind of figured that out, that if you bring your edge strips in about 1/4 of an inch, it will look pretty good. So let's try to do that here, about 1/4 of an inch, and you're going to glue them down. We're going to use dimensionals on our sentiment later. Okay, there's one. We'll do the same with this one, and this would be another good background paper, this green. I think that's Pear Pizzazz. That could be a background paper also, if you wanted to do that. And then the same thing here, this one at about 1/4 of an inch in. And because you have the stripes, it's easier to tell. Use something that has a little pattern like that, and then it's real easy. Hi Kay, good to see you. Happy Friday to you also. And now we put our other 2 in, and that is well, it's not hard at all, but it's just a little, you need to pay a little bit of attention, and you want each, so I'm kind of lining it up and seeing that this one is going to go right at that end there, the right side of that blue stripe. Again, this is why stripes are good for this. But I know many of you are great at eyeballing things. I'm not always the best. That's why I try to figure out these helps. So right at the edge of that blue stripe, I'm going to put that one. Pull it back a little there. Okay. And then we have this one is the one that's left, and I think that one might be good at the inside, the left side of that stripe. Let's try it. And I really just saw this card design and wanted to show it to you because I think it's been around for a while, but I've never actually done it, used it. And I'm just really thrilled with how fun it is, how pretty, and it makes someone think that you've made a really complicated card, but actually it's a snap to make. Isn't that cute? I'll pull it up a little closer so you can see it. And that light blue, it's balmy blue, just shows through that stripe. Now you could, if you wanted to, like kind of match your sides together so that this part of the flower, and maybe I did, I don't know, I think I did. Look at that. Maybe. Okay, now we're ready for our sentiment, and these, so it's basically strips. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to use this, again, this is all from the Europeach Designer Series paper, and I wanted to bring in a little more blue, so I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this blue dotted paper, and I'm using the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. Of course, it's been one of my favorites. Let the DSP do the hard work, that's right. Kathy, thank you, good to see you. I have a lot of birthdays in October. A lot of my friends have October birthdays, so I wanted to make a birthday card, and that happy birthday sentiment fits on the size strip I want. So I'm going to bring back my paper trimmer, and the strip size, if you're taking notes, is 1/2 inch. So I'm measuring over here on this side 1/2 inch, and then I'm just going to cut that like that, and our sentiment should fit perfectly there. And then I have some extra paper in case I make a boo-boo. I'm big on having extra paper. And then I want to line this on the outside with this stripe paper, and that's going to be 3/4 of an inch. It's so easy to measure with this paper trimmer, especially smaller measurements. Some of your other paper cutters do not measure these small measurements as well, like the 1/2 inch, the 3/4 inch. So this is going to look really good, I think, right there. And I cut this one, I know, I pre-cut this at 4 inches, which is exactly where I want it. And I'm going to use Cajun Craze ink. And the reason is it goes with this paper, and it's a little darker, and I know it will show up on this blue strip. Remembering that it is a photopolymer stamp, which means that you're going to want to have a pad under it. A catalog is fine, the Stampin' Pierce mat is fine, but this is a padded pad, so that's why I'm using it. And I'm going to put my sentiment a little over to the right. I'm going to have to stick my head down so I can look close and see if I can get it lined up just right. It's easy to get lined up. See how, let me get this back here. That came out really well. That's another reason I like this happy birthday. Very easy to get lined up. Okay, now we've got this ready to go, and now we have our background piece. Now one thing that I thought, I'm going to adhere this over to the edge, to the right edge of the card. And I wanted to have this piece a little shorter. I don't know why, I just thought it would look better. So this 3/4 inch piece, let me see if I like this length. You know, I just like to, change things up a little bit so it looks a little different than you might expect. There, I don't know, I just kind of like that. And maybe I'll put a little flagged end here. You know, I show you how to do that. Cut in the center and then cut your corners to that center, and it comes out pretty good most of the time. There we go. So what I'm going to do on these is I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. I tried gluing them. I did one with glue, and it just didn't look as nice as with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I put the dimensionals in here. Yes, Allison, you're right. My birthday is in October too. I don't know why all my friends are in October. So many, not every, but many of my friends' birthdays are in October. It's a great birthday month. And I may have some kind of October special. I'm actually going to have a September special coming up, so be watching. In addition to my class to go, it's going to be another fun special. Okay, now this I'm going to want to bring over to the far right end, like that. And there's just a little bit of glue sticking there. Let me get out my little glue remover. Do you all have one of these? I know mine has glue on the edges, but it just takes off those little glue bits. Okay, and then I have my happy birthday sentiment, and I'm going to put that on with dimensionals also. But I'm just going to put them in this section. I think it looks good to have it raised up since there's not, the pattern is what's doing the work, and there's not a lot else going on, so I thought lifting things up on dimensionals would really help. So let's do that. Allison, you're pushing me. Maybe I'll tell you in October, okay? That like the 1st of October, because I am gonna have a special then online. I'm gonna have a birthday special. I like to do that. Okay, so there is our birthday sentiment, and now we're gonna do a couple things. We're going to stamp, and because you know we have to stamp our envelope and our inside of our card. And there is this really pretty stamp in this set that I really like, these flowers from the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. It's just, I think it's peach blossoms, obviously, but I think they're just so pretty. Look at that. And this is, let's see, Flirty Flamingo? Yes, Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just gonna open my card and put a few flowers on the inside, like this. That just looks nicer, don't you think? Gives it a little, thank you, Roz. It just gives a little extra. And then we want to put on our jewels. And, well, these aren't called jewels, but I really am liking them. The brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And I wrote down the colors so I wouldn't forget. There's bronze, copper, and gold. And I think what I used on my other card, where was my other card? The other card I made, I used some, and I used the gold. See those gold? Can you see them in there? I really like them, so I think I'm going to use the gold this time too. And we'll just put a few on there. Sometimes it just is surprising what looks good on what. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the leaves in. Uh-oh. I pre-cut these in the die, the embossing, cut and emboss machine. And this is from the Flourishing Dies. And I'm going to cut the end off here so that it slips in better underneath this corner. It just needed a little more activity. Gosh, I'm so glad I remembered. I almost forgot that. And let's just put a little bit of glue to secure these. I thought the card just needed just a little something, you know? And I'm just putting little dots of glue. I don't like to put them on the top because then I like the top to kind of flow free, if you know what I mean. And there, I'm just tucking that under. That looks much better, doesn't it? Gosh, I almost forgot that. Goodness sakes. Maybe I want to move it over so the leaves stay over the card. What is happening? My fingers are sticky. That's what's happening. Okay. Get in there. That's how I talk to Ellie sometimes. Get in there. Okay, there we go. Now we can finish putting on our, oh, thank you, Kathy. I like to. I want someone to really feel they've gotten something special when they get one of my cards. So I'm going to put the little brushed metallic dots. Let's see. Maybe I'll put one up in here. There we go. And there's our card. It was pretty easy, wasn't it? I feel like I want to give you easy ideas as we approach the holidays. This is great for now, but you can also use this design for holiday cards or anything that comes up. I mean, this could be for just any card at all. And I really like to give you some some good ideas. Thank you, Pam. Okay, I'm going to just switch now up to the front. There you are. So good to see you. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you liked today's design and you can use it in your stamping. That's my goal, is to give you ideas that you can actually use in your everyday stamping. And I've had a great time with you. Don't forget to comment so that you can win the tricolor ribbon. And also be sure, if you want my pumpkin class to go for September, send me an email. I'll get you all hooked up, because the pre-order is going to end on Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Watch a little football for me, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.